राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम। श्रीयुता पदकमलं
नमो भगवते
श्रीगुरु
वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। इधर दिया हुआ दोनों श्लोक आप लोग बोलना है। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you for today's Gita class. Today's Gita class on the topic that was given was staying in this material world. How to stay in this material world? इस दुनिया में कैसा रहना है? So हम इस श्लोक का पहले बोलेंगे. Okay. This is from the 5th chapter, 7th verse. Okay. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyah. Vijitatma jitendriyah sarvabhutatma bhutatma sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate kurvannapi na lipyate. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyah sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. कोई रिपीट करना चाहता है तो प्रदीप प्रभु बोलिए आप. विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रिया सर्वभूतात्मा भूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते. योगयुक्तो विशुद्धात्मा जितेन्द्रियः जितेन्द्रियः सर्वभूतात्मा भूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते. और कोई बोलना चाहे? योगयुक्तो विशुद्धात्मा विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रियः सर्वभूतात्मा भूतात्मा अपि न लिप्यते. वेरी गुड. माता जी इसमें कोई बोले? योगयुक्तो विशुद्धात्मा विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रियः सर्वभूतात्मा भूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते। और कोई बोलना चाहेंगे? So we will go through the word to word meaning of this shloka. Yoga yuktaha, engaged in devotional service. सभी लोग रिपीट करना है, everyone can repeat it. Yoga yuktaha, engaged in devotional service. Vishuddhatma, a purified soul. Vijitatma, self-controlled. Jitendriyaha, having conquered the senses. Sarvabhuta, to all living entities. Atma Bhuta Atma, compassionate. Kurvan api, although engaged in work. Na, never. Lipyate, is entangled. You can repeat this also. One who walks in devotion, who is a pure soul and who controls his mind and senses, is dear to everyone and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. I'll read the purport. हरे कृष्ण। सभी लोग थोड़ा मंदिर का हॉल में साइलेंट रहना है, प्लीज मेंटेन साइलेंस इनसाइड द टेम्पल हॉल, ओके। One who is on the path of liberation by Krishna consciousness is very dear to every living being and every living being is dear to him. This is due to his Krishna consciousness. Such a person cannot think of any living being as separate from Krishna, just as the leaves and branches of a tree are not separate from the tree. He knows very well that by pouring water on the root of the tree, the water will be distributed to all leaves and branches, or by supplying food to the stomach, the energy is automatically distributed throughout the body. Because one who works in Krishna consciousness is servant to all, is very dear to everyone, and because everyone is satisfied by his work, is pure in consciousness. Because he is pure in consciousness, his mind is completely controlled, and because his mind is controlled, his senses are also controlled. Because his mind is always fixed on Krishna, there is no chance of his being deviated from Krishna. Nor is there a chance that he will engage his senses in matters other than the service of the Lord. He does not like to hear anything except topics relating to Krishna. He does not like to eat anything which is not offered to Krishna. He does not wish to go anywhere if Krishna is not involved. Therefore, his senses are controlled. A man of controlled senses cannot be offensive to anyone. One may ask, why then was Arjuna offensive to others? Wasn't he in Krishna consciousness? Arjuna was only superficially offensive because, as he has already been explained in the second chapter, all the assembled persons on the battlefield would continue to live individually as the soul cannot be slain. So, superficially no one was killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Only their dresses were changed by the order of Krishna, who was personally present. Therefore, Arjuna, while fighting on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, was not really fighting at all. He was simply carrying out the orders of Krishna in full Krishna consciousness. Such a person is never entangled in the reactions of work. I request all of you to recite these prayers. Okay? Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। हरे कृष्णा। So, Hare Krishna. I'll give you one example. Okay? When you're driving car or when you're going in a car, you meet with an accident. You went and crashed to some other car or some other vehicle and there was a dent on the car. So how much do you get affected? It is a new car and there was bang. How you feel? Anything has happened to you? Anything has happened to you? Nothing has happened. You are all fine, Everything is fine as far as your body is concerned. But do you get affected or you don't? कुछ लगता है कि नहीं? लगता नहीं, लगता है. So when we are in this world, actually anything that happens, nothing happens to us, but we think something has happened to me. But is it real? Anything has happened to you? No, nothing has happened, but you still think it has happened to you. And that way, we get affected in this world every now and then. Actually, something has happened to the car. Okay, car is different, you are different, isn't it? But we get so much attached to the car, and then anything happens to the car, we get affected. Okay? So when car is driving nicely, everything is nice, you think you are driving and you are nice. But when car breaks down, you feel you are broken down. So this is how the worldly people live. So why we come to Bhagavad Gita? We don't want to be worldly. We don't want to be worldly. That's why we take shelter of Bhagavad Gita, and then we learn from Bhagavad Gita. So what Gita is teaching? What Gita is teaching on how to live in this world, how to stay in this world. So here Krishna is telling Yoga Yukto. Yoga Yukto means a person who is Yukta. Yukta means having with what? Yoga. With yoga. What yoga means what? Yoga means making connection with God. So when someone makes his connection with God, Vishuddhatma. Okay? Vishuddhatma means whose intelligence is completely pure. Generally, in our intelligence, when we make decisions, for example, so we make decisions in such a way that if I do this, I can enjoy more. If I do this, I will suffer. So better I do this. Every one of our discrimination based on our bodily well-being, isn't it? So that means we always think of the body. We don't go beyond. So when you are driving the car, do you drive car for the benefit of the car? For the enjoyment of the car? Or for your enjoyment? For your enjoyment, not for the car's enjoyment, right? But unfortunately, when we are living in this body, we do everything for the body's enjoyment. You don't do anything for your enjoyment. You see? So, we forget, just like when you meet with an accident, you and the car are different. That point we forget. Anything, even a small scratch comes on the car, some scratch came on you. You feel like that. So, if you extend the same analogy, this body and the soul are different. Anything happens to the body is not, it should not affect to you. Then you are really situated in the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then your intelligence is pure. Otherwise, our intelligence always says, oh, you are the body. Anything happens to the body is happening to you. So you do everything for the enjoyment of the body. This is how impure intelligence is. But when someone connects to Krishna, his intelligence gets purified. Vishuddhatma. He always thinks about himself as the soul. He doesn't think himself to be body. Okay, Vishuddhatma. And then all his decisions made based on the soul, not on the basis of the body. It doesn't mean that we don't recognize the body. Like we all drive the car. I drive my car every day. I drive very fast also. But the purpose of driving I don't forget. The purpose is to come to temple or temple to home, whatever. Not driving is the purpose. Okay? So similarly, when we are living in this body, we use the body as the vehicle to go to Krishna. That is the whole purpose of having the body. Otherwise, there is no purpose of having body. If it is just for our enjoyment, anyhow enjoyment is not guaranteed. Very, very like small gap between enjoyment and suffering, very little. Like somebody is driving very fast, enjoying, and then suddenly the tire gets skidded off, and then he will fall, and then, hundreds of bruises and fractures in his body, and then so much of suffering. This is what is material world. So, this is when you have purified intelligence, you consider yourself to be the soul, and body is only the vehicle. And then he will engage his mind in Krishna, in the service of Krishna. And then Vijitatma means his mind is fully controlled. Mind doesn't take him here and there and then causes distraction. Is fixed in Krishna consciousness. So when we stay in this world, how we should stay? We should stay fixing ourselves in Krishna consciousness. Then only we are using our time, this body, everything. Otherwise, we are wasting everything. Vijitatma. Vijitatma means purified mind. Mind is completely pure, not contaminated. Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Sri Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki, Sri Sri Gauranitai ki. And then Jitendriyaha. Indriya means what? Senses. Jita. Jitna matlab kya hai? Coming out victorious. Winning over the senses. So Jitendriya means he is not under the control of senses, but he has won over the senses. He will not listen to what senses says. He will tell the senses what to do. This is what is Jitendriya. So this Krishna conscious person will not be under the influence of the senses, but he rules the senses. That's why those who are sannyasis, we call them as Maharaj. Maharaj means ruler. What is he ruling? He is not ruling the land. He is not ruling people. He is ruling his own senses. That is Jitendriya. Okay. And then Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. Sarva Bhuta means all living entities. Atma Bhuta Atma means is compassionate. Compassionate to whom? All the living beings. Okay. Why? Because he considers himself to be the soul, and he considers rest all are also souls only. Not only humans, but animals, trees, birds, everywhere he will see the soul. And then he will feel compassionate for all the living beings. Why he feels compassionate? Because every living being in this world suffers with various miseries, threefold miseries. So he will feel compassionate because he is not on the bodily platform, but he is on the soul platform. Okay? And when someone is in such state of consciousness, okay, understand this point. When someone is in that state of consciousness, kurvannapi na lipyate. He does all the work, but he is not bound to that work. He is not entangled in that work. Do we get entangled or not when we do some work? We do get, right? We get entangled. Oh, something goes wrong, we all get panicked. Something goes right, we get elated, we feel so great, happy. So, but this Yoga Yukta, he is not entangled. So, how to stay in this world? Stay in this world in such a way that you are not entangled. What is the problem of entanglement? फंस जाने में क्या problem है? Entangle means फंसना. What is the problem? You lose your freedom. You lose your freedom. You will come into this world only. You will not go away from this world. You remain in this material world. Life after life, birth after birth, will remain in this material world. So that's the problem. What is the problem in remaining in this material world? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jathare shayanam. Iha samsare bahudustare kripaya pare pahi murare. So every time we have to take birth, We have to go to school, again learn ABCDs, and then you struggle so much to get some degree, some job, some life, and again you have to die, which you don't want to. And Krishna says, why you want to be like that? Now you become yoga yukta atma. You become and engage yourself in Krishna consciousness. So in his life, all his actions are called nishkama karma. How does he work? He will work in such a way he doesn't work for the results. Okay, I'll show you one nice page. Yeah, please follow these slides. So what is nishkama karma? Nishkama karma means you act with perfect knowledge. Yeah. What is the first thing? I am not the material body. Who am I? I am the soul. We have to repeat and bang our mind all the time that I am the soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. I am not separated person. I am part of the Supreme Lord, but I just left him and I want to live independently, and that is causing all the misery. Now I should consider myself to the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and because I am part of the Lord, I must render service to him. I must do service to the Supreme Lord, and I will work in a detached spirit. Whatever work I do, I will do in a detached spirit. Means I don't get attached to the result. So who is a Nishkama Karma Yogi? He considers himself to be the servant of God. What does he do? He does anything that is God has allotted to him. Okay? Lord has allotted, like somebody is allotted some work, he takes that work to be the allotment given by the God, and then he will do it sincerely. Okay? And then how you do that work? God has given you the work, then how at utmost sincerity you render that work. Okay, with dedication, with hard work, with everything you do that. But as a work allotted by the God, that is a consciousness. Whatever it is, what was the work Arjuna was allotted in Mahabharata? What was the work? To fight against the enemy camp. And in that fighting, he may have to kill so many enemies. But is Arjuna offending? Is doing any offensive work? No, he is not doing anything. Is he killing? No, he is not killing, because everyone is a soul. And how can you kill a soul? Soul can never be killed. So, in that consciousness, he will be killing. So, even though he is killing, he is not killing. Okay? We should understand this. Even though he is killing millions of people, he is not killing anyone, because nobody can be killed. Generally, we will not be in that consciousness. Atma consciousness we will not be. So when we are not in that consciousness, we cannot go and kill. If we kill, then we will become offensive. So in that consciousness we can do. Okay? And what do you do with the results? Like Arjuna got the result of winning. Victory is the result. What? Then he will hand it over to the Lord. It's not yours. You have worked for the Lord, and whatever result comes, you will give it to the Lord. Just like a gardener is allotted a work. What is that work? Just put the water in the garden, and he will do water. He will give water to the garden, and he will remove the what do you call those unwanted plants? Weeds. He will remove the weeds, and he will maybe manage everything properly. He will give some khad, some urea, whatever. As whatever owner is telling, he will do everything. And when the nice flowers come, what does he do? He will give the flowers to the owner only. He will not keep anything with himself. Okay? And whatever owner gives, he will take it and make his livelihood. So this is how we should live our life. That is called Nishkama Karma Yoga. So generally, in Nishkama Karma Yoga, we will have an attitude of doership. I am the doer. I am doing. If you fail, because of me, I got failed. If you are successful, because of me, I am successful. But we should come out of the doership, but we should come to a state of divine. Okay? Means I am just an instrument in the hand of the God. Okay? When suppose this shirt is over me, so it became the part of my body, isn't it? So similarly, when you become instrument of Krishna, then you become part of Krishna. So Krishna is divine and you also become divine. Just like an iron rod taken into a furnace, put it in the very hot fire, what will happen? Over a period of time, that iron rod also will become hot, red hot, and it also will become fire. You take that iron rod, red hot iron rod, and keep it on this wooden desk, it will be burnt. Right? So same quality we will get. So we should develop that quality in us. So, and then we should understanding we can't do anything in this world without the sanction of the Supreme Lord. Only with sanction of the Supreme Lord we are doing. That means whether we consider or we don't consider, we are just instruments in the hand of the Lord. And we make so many plans, but if God's plan is different, we can't do that. So there are so many uncertainties in this world which we are not aware of. So that's why, for this reason this has happened, we can't tell. Why this has happened? It's in the hands of the Supreme Lord. When we understand, we will be peaceful. We will not be entangled. Eliminate false ego and doership feeling while doing work, and do it as a faithful servant of the Lord. Don't take any credit for the work done. It's just work done. Okay, over. Why this work is being done? Because it is allotted to you. You have rendered that service and work is being done. That's it. And whatever result comes, we humbly give it back to the Supreme Lord. We don't make ourselves the doers or the owners. Then why we should work? Why we should work? This is a big question. When you don't want result, you are not the owner of the result. Why you should work? The gardener also do work. He will give water, he will do everything, whatever owner says, with some purpose. What is the purpose? End of the month, to get some salary, isn't it? Then, why we should become yoga yuktas? Why we should do work in Krishna consciousness? I don't do anything, I'll just sit like this. But why should we do? Here, says actually by doing the work in Krishna consciousness, we get purified. Our hearts get purified. The purification of the heart is the purpose. So in this world, we should do everything. The most important thing is our purification. By becoming rich, by becoming very intelligent, or whatever you can think, you will never become happy. None of those things will make us happy. Only when we are purified, we can become happy, because in the purified state of consciousness, we can easily become yoga yuktas. In contaminated consciousness, not possible. Okay? But to purify, you should act in Krishna consciousness. Okay? So, in that consciousness, we can easily dovetail ourselves with Krishna, and we can see ourselves as part and parcel of Krishna. We can develop love for Krishna, and in that we can become happy. And then it's when we are working also, actually work is being done by God. Only if you are there, He will use you. If you are not there, He will use someone else and get the job done. Like, in Mahabharata war, Krishna says to Arjun, see, you thinking Bhishma is very powerful, Drona is very, very powerful, Karna is powerful, Ashwathama, and who else? Their big stalwarts were there. Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratha. All these people, actually I have already killed them. Okay? Just you stand here and act as if you are fighting. Already they are devoured by me. They are no more. I am just showing you little future. So when he shows Vishwarupa, he shows Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Pramukataha, all great stalwart fighters were all entering into the mouth of Krishna. And then Arjuna sees all these things. And then he comes to a conclusion that I am just instrument now. Whatever Krishna says, I will do it. So he'll just throw the arrows as Krishna says. That's it. And then he is not entangled, but end of the war, end of the battle, Arjuna is given the glory. Oh, Arjuna has fought and then won the battle. But Arjuna knows very clearly, no, it is not me. Everything is being done by Krishna. So, though people may say, oh, you have done very good, but we should know that actually Krishna is the one who has done this work. And then, when we learn to think like that, we are not entangled. Even though we stay in this world, we are not entangled. Okay? So, I'll show you one chart. Yeah. Here in the purport also, Srila Prabhupada says at different points. So, the result, whatever comes, it doesn't entangle Yoga Yukta. And his consciousness is very pure, his intelligence is very pure, his mind is very pure. Mind, and because mind is pure, senses are also pure. So he's completely, he takes himself under the control of Krishna. So then he always think that he is servant of Krishna. He will never take a proprietary role, and then he purifies his consciousness, and then he will attain ultimate Krishna consciousness. And in the same way, he sees himself to be Atma and all others also to be Atma. And then he renders service to Krishna. Okay? And by rendering the service to Krishna, he is rendering service to all humanity, all the living beings. Sabhi ka seva ho raha hai. How? Yatha taror mula nishechanena trupyanti tatskanda bhujopashakha. Pranapaharani tathendriyani yatha it's like achyuteja, it comes. Just like if you water the root of the plant, that means you are watering all the leaves and twigs and branches, everything, right? You don't go and water each and every leaf. So similarly, if we worship Krishna, if we serve Krishna, everyone, whoever is connected to Krishna is already served. You don't have to go separately, serving individual. That means a Krishna conscious person is serving all the living beings. And also another example, Prabhupada gives another analogy, like if we eat food, put the food in the stomach, all the limbs are nourished. You don't have to give food separately to your little finger of your left leg separately, or for your ear little food and for nose little food. We don't have to give. Imagine if you start giving some food to your eye, what will happen? What will happen if you give food to eye? Eye will burn, isn't it? And if you give food to your ear, I don't know what will happen. It won't go inside only. But if you give food to your stomach, then the stomach will take the food, and it really what is required for all other limbs it will supply. So similarly, when someone renders service to Krishna, he worships Krishna, all other limbs are satisfied. So three things are mentioned here. What are those three things? One is purified intelligence, Vishuddhatma, and then Vijitatma means purified mind, and Jitendriyaha, completely self-controlled. Senses are all controlled. So when someone is in that state, okay, then he can easily work in devotion. He will not distracted. Just in this Mahabharata story, when Yaksha do not allow, he doesn't allow Pandavas to take water from the lake because it belongs to him. So he says, if you want to take water from the lake, my lake, you have to answer my questions. Then all other Pandavas think that who are you to ask questions? So they'll just try to drink and then they die. But when it comes to Yudhishthir, Yudhishthir was like, he is Vishuddhatma, Vijitatma, Jitendriya, everything. He was so peaceful. He didn't get disturbed. Why my brothers died? He was not panic, nothing. He was peacefully standing there. And when Yaksha asked questions, very peacefully he answered all the questions. 100 questions asked Yaksha. 100 questions were answered. Yaksha became so happy. And now you have fulfilled my desire. Now you ask me something. I can make one of your brother alive. Okay? He asked like that. एक भाई को मैं जिंदा कर दूंगा, कौन सा भाई चाहिए? कौन कौन था? भीमा, अर्जुन, नकुल, सहदेव. Then he asked Nakul to be given birth, given life again. Then Yaksha asks why. Then he gives, see, for my mother Kunti, I am at least there. One son is there. But my stepmother Madri, if Nakul and Sahadev dies, there won't be anyone to continue her lineage. So at least one of our son to be living and continue their dynasty. So please you bring back Nakul. Without any selfish motive, with proper clear mind, clear intelligence, no confusion, nothing in his thought process. Then Yaksha becomes so happy. Your consciousness is so clear, and I'll bring everyone back to life, and he will make everyone alive. So that is the advantage we get when we have control. Otherwise, generally, little thing happens. In the house also, most of the fights happen because we don't wait and tolerate. Why other person is doing. Let me wait and see what is going to happen. Before that only we'll shout and yell and all these things, and then we will double the problem. But one should be very, very controlled in their consciousness. We should always engage our consciousness with Krishna. Just like you see Ambarish Maharaj, he was so peaceful. His mind intelligence was so controlled. When Durvasa Muni got angry and created the demon to kill Ambarish Maharaj, when the demon came to kill him, he didn't even step back even if he moved on the backward. He was just standing quietly. And within no time, Vishnu sends his Vishnu Chakra. Sudarshana Chakra comes and then kills the demon. And then Sudarshana Chakra chases Durvasa Muni, but Ambarish Maharaj will not really shake also with all this. This is the advantage one will have when someone is fixed in Krishna consciousness, is not disturbed. Similarly, Ranti Deva, you all know the story of Ranti Deva. He fasts for 48 days. After fasting, he should be feeling very hungry. And when the food is given, he should be like, in Telugu we say, avuru avuru man tinnanu. But he was so peaceful. And then some Shudra comes to with hungry stomach. I am feeling very hungry. Then he will give half of his plate. Okay, you take. And then some Chandala comes, he gives another half. Some other dog eater comes, then he will give that 1/4 also. And he will have only water. Someone else will come. Please give me, I am very much thirsty. Give me some water. He will give that water also. You can imagine the amount of sense control that Rantideva has. And these were the lessons given in the first class. Actually, we used to have Rantideva lesson in the first class. In our childhood, first class this lesson was there, Rantideva's lesson. So, this kind of sense control one must develop. Mind, sense, everything is under control. And when we can be like that, we can devote and we can stay in this world by not entangle. I will show you a nice picture. I hope it is there here. Yeah. You see the water on the leaf. Leaf is becoming wet. Is the leaf getting wet? No, right? Even though the lotus plant comes, the lotus flower comes from the muddy waters. But have you ever seen a lotus with mud on it? Water on it? It's not touched by anything, even though it is coming from the muddy waters. So similarly, we all also can be like that. That's what Krishna expects us. After reading Bhagavad Gita, we are expected to become like a lotus from the muddy water. We are all in the muddy waters of this Kali Yuga. So much of disturbance and so much of illful things are there. But we can remain pure by ourselves dovetailing with Krishna. Yoga Yukto. That always we should be engaged in Krishna's service, either by hearing or by chanting or by reading about Krishna or seeing everything as a Leela of Krishna. So we can be aloof. So when we become aloof like that, this is very, very nice verse. Can you read or shall I open in another place? Is it convenient? Okay, otherwise we will, here you can see little bigger screen. Okay, can you all repeat this verse? Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit Pashyan srinvan sprishan jighran Pashyan srinvan sprishan jighran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan. Okay, Pashyan srinvan sprishan jighran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan pralapan visrujan grihnan unmishan nimishan napi indriyani indriyarteshu vartanta iti dharayan. Another 5 minutes we will complete. Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki. So here Krishna says, this is the next verse, next shloka. A person in the divine consciousness, okay, his consciousness is what? Divine. He is not the doer, he is in divine consciousness. Although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping and breathing, always knows within himself that he actually does nothing at all. Because while speaking, evacuating, receiving or opening or closing his eyes, he always knows that the material senses are engaged with their objects and that he is aloof from them. Okay, the bodily material senses are working, but he is not the body, he is not the senses, he is not the mind, he is aloof. Who is he? Who is he? Atma, he is the soul. Okay, so then he remain aloof all the time. Just one devotee is experience, his realization. At morning, our devotees wakes up very early in the morning, like 4 o'clock, 3:30, because we have Mangalarti at 4:30 in the temple. So morning he gets up and then he will immediately turn on the tape. He will hear some Krishna Katha, lecture of Prabhupada, something like that, and then he will brush his teeth, and then he will shave, and then he will evacuate, take bath or whatever, and then he will come by 4:30 with fresh clothes, he will come to the temple. So he does almost 1 hour different ablutions, and by the time he comes to temple, Mangalarti is about to start, and then he realizes, what I have done nothing, because he's already, okay, and then he just come for the Mangalarti. So this way we are not at all entangled. So like when we are driving the car, we don't think of the car. Do we think of the car when we drive? Prabhu, morning 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you start to the office in the car, isn't it? Do you think of the car, or do you think of what I have to do in the office, and then what files I have to see? What do you do? About office you think, right? That means what business I have to do. Now I am starting to office, what I have to do. So similarly, we should not think I have to shave my head, I have to go to the toilet, I have to eat my food, what sabji I have to eat, whether I should put this masala or that masala. We should not think of these things so much. Not needed. These things are automatically done. Okay? But what we should think, doing this, why am I doing all these things? Why am I cleaning my body? I have to go to the temple, I have to worship the Lord. That's our real business. And we should always think of that business, and then our life becomes successful. We become Krishna conscious. Otherwise, people, which color shoes I have to wear, and today I should wear tie like this or like this, which color sari I have to wear, what nail polish I have to put, last party also I put that nail polish, so this time I should be different. People think so much, my God, their mind is always filled with these things, and they never think about the real business of the life. Real business of the life is Krishna consciousness, nothing else. So when we make Krishna consciousness as real business, then all other things automatically, it doesn't mean that we don't eat food. If you don't eat food, Krishna will remind you, oh, now you are hungry, go eat food. You don't have to think what I should eat. Krishna will remind you that you are hungry, isn't it? So those things are automatically done. If you are not taking bath, somebody will tell, hey, you are smelling bad. Go and take bath. Or automatically those things become so routine that morning you get up and then brush your teeth and then jump into the bucket and then come out of the bathroom. So material things should be done automatically as a routine, but our thinking, our willing, our words, our thoughts, everything should be revolving around Krishna. Then our life becomes a droplet on the lotus leaf. So we should always remember this picture. So we should live our life like a droplet on the lotus petal. Yeah. So then we will not get affected by anything that happens in this world. Whatever happens, you are fixed in Krishna consciousness. You are not disturbed. You are always busy in the real business of the life, not any other thing. Then our life becomes successful. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much for your patient hearing. Maybe 5 minutes, if any questions are there, maybe we can address. Otherwise, we will end the class. Anybody is having any questions? And yes, Madhu. Yes, not sometimes. I think all the times. Yeah. So, when our intelligence is pure, then you can easily make choice. Okay, Paramahamsa we say, the Paramahamsa person, he will separate water and then milk separate, and then he will take only water, the Hamsa. Paramahamsa, he separate the matter and the spirit, and then he will choose the spirit. So similarly, we have to endeavor to purify our thought, purify our intelligence by reading the scriptures, by nice sadhu sangha. Then we can, two thoughts are there. One thought may be saying that this will be for your enjoyment. Another thought says this is for your spiritual advancement. Then you will choose that. Always there will be dichotomy. Always there will be two things. And free will is given to all of us what to choose. And if your intelligence is pure, we will choose the right thing. If not, then many people go to the alcohol places and then movie theaters, clubs, and all wrong things where people go. They'll spend so much money in the casinos and all. So their intelligence is provoking them to do those things. That is contaminated intelligence. Yeah. Two different, then you choose one of them which is more favorable for your spiritual upliftment. Okay? Which is more favorable. Generally we always think in terms of money only, or in terms of our comfort. But sometimes if you go to one particular office, you may get less salary, but you will have more time, and then there will be so many other devotees are also around, then you can have nice association. You may choose that. Depends. Like, that's why I am telling, our purpose should be this. Our real business is not doing job. Real business is Krishna consciousness. So for that real business, whatever these things should go routine actually. What job? Like, after completing my education, we tried a couple of jobs. Whichever job I got, I just went in. And then I didn't like, I went into another job. These things are not to be taken so seriously. These are routine things. One job you lose, or somebody may fire you and then you will find another job. They are routine things, but we ponder, we meditate so much on those things. Not worth it. You will get, even if you want to choose one job, and by the time you go there, that person may deny you job. You may be forced to take this job. So that's why you can think, you can analyze. I am not saying just do it blindly, but they are not that important. Important is Krishna consciousness. So for that, whatever is better, you choose. This is what I feel. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, we'll end now. We will have Arati and everything. Hare Krishna. Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki, Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari. हाँ, मैं वही देख रहा था. कौन गा रहा है? राधानाथ कृष्ण प्रभु है? हाँ?
No problem.
যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নগর গোকুল রঞ্জন কান গোকুল রঞ্জন কান গোপী পরাণ ধন মদন মনোহর কালিয়া দমন বিধান যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নগর যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নগর গোকুল রঞ্জন কান গোকুল রঞ্জন কান ব্রজ জনু পালন শুকুল নাশন ব্রজ জনু পালন শুকুল নাশন নন্দগ ধন রাখোয়ালা গোবিন্দ মাধব নবনীত তস্কর গোবিন্দ মাধব নবনীত তস্কর সুন্দর নন্দ গোপাল যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নগর যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নগর গোকুল রঞ্জন কান গোকুল রঞ্জন কান যমুনা তট চর গোপী বসন হর যমুনা তট চর গোপীবসন হর রাসরসিক কৃপাময় শ্রীরাধা বল্লভ বৃন্দাবন নটবর শ্রীরাধা বল্লভ বৃন্দাবন নটবর ভকতি বিনাদয়াশ্রয় যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নগর যশোমতি নন্দন ব্রজবর নগর গোকুল রঞ্জন কান নিতাই গৌড়া হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav. Jaya Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Jaya Nitai Gaurango. Jaya Jagannath Baladeva, Subhadramaya Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Adoladaine. Shilatanka nakalae. Hito Nisingha Parato Nisingha. Hito Nisingha Parato Nisingha. Jato jato jami tato Nisingha. Bahe Nisingha Rindae Nisingha. Bahe Nisingha Rindae Nisingha. Narasingha Madin Sharana Krapane. Narasingha Madin Sharana Krapane. Tava Kara Kamala Bare Nakha Adbhuta Sringa Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadhika Narahari Rupa Jajagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Nisinghadev, 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 Jaya Nisinghadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ISKCON BBT फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। व्रज भूमि वृंदावन धाम की। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। गंगा मई की, यमुना मई की, भक्ति देवी की, श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की, पतित पावन हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की। All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories unto Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. हरे कृष्णा. सभी लोग 2 मिनट के लिए बैठिए. प्लीज गो बैक एंड सिट. देयर इज लॉट ऑफ स्पेस ऑन द बैक साइड, सो प्लीज गो बैक एंड सिट फॉर 2 minutes for announcements. Hare Krishna. A happy Sankranti to all of you. Happy Sankranti. So Makara Sankranti is there tomorrow, and all of you are welcome to ISKCON Attapur again tomorrow. So this coming Ekadashi will be falling on Sunday 21st. Okay, Putrada Ekadashi, and we fast on that day from grains and beans, pulses, cereals and all. So, and the following day we break the fast from 6:50 to 10:35. Okay, so 21st is Ekadashi, Putrada Ekadashi, and we have Tula Dan nicely decorated. The Tula is nicely decorated with the flowers, and today is and tomorrow is the last day where you can see the Tula sitting over there. Then that will be removed. So last opportunity, if anybody wants to do Tula Dan of themselves or their near and dear, their relatives, children, grandchildren, please take the opportunity today. You can do Gita Tula Dan, and if not, then we will see next year. Okay, and prasadam is there for everyone in the pandal. Nice tent is placed there, so please honor prasadam. But before that,